Hello, everyone. A bit later than usual, I will make my prognosis day by day. These prognosis I usually do for the next 2 weeks, but now I will do it until end of September. I mentioned earlier that I was on such trip, in Iran with very, very bad internet, and it was literally impossible to make a video and also upload it because internet was quite slow. And some social media were not allowed except with special VPN program, which I didn't have. So YouTube was not easy to access. Facebook, you see. So I had a beautiful trip, but these features, unfortunately, I couldn't access. So a bit later than usual, I will make my reading from now until end of September. If you remember, I mentioned previously, in August, we had very important celestial events, which we cannot isolate from September. This was this very ominous, maybe great conjunction between Uranus, Mars, and Rahu. They met, in Aries, and such conjunction, I understood, happened 2,300 years ago. And after that, Alexander the Great passed. Then we had this Malaka Yoga I described in my previous video, which is also very exceptional, very ominous. It is when all planets are in their separate sign. Quite interesting, ominous, rare. You see how many events one after another we have, and all of them exceptional. Also, what is very valid, very powerful for the whole August up until March, and it is valid for now for September. It is Mars who entered Taurus and will stay there until March. And this is very, very, very powerful, intense aspect. You can say Mars is fallen in Taurus, but I can tell you that Mars is very powerful in Taurus, yet more strategic, not that aggressive, more kind of maybe more organized, maybe more yes, not that fiery, but still Mars is very, very important in Taurus, and especially people who have sidereal ascendants, Leo or Taurus or Scorpio will certainly feel this. I don't look at this as dangerous aspect. I think that the main celestial event which are events which are triggering change which is happening now to the world, change related to the course of the warlike activities in the world. So these changes will be due to this conjunction of Uranus, Mars, and Rahu in Aries. You will see how the world slowly will take different direction. And this will be triggered especially in October and November after the 2 eclipses. I will make a separate video about the eclipses because they will be very, very important. So the main celestial, situation now in September is that we are having Jupiter in Pisces, of course. He will stay there until April of 2023, but he goes he will be having one very specific phase, cosmic setting, not very, very happy Jupiter with cosmic setting, because this is a phase which basically means decay, night phase, so to say. It is when he has opposition to the sun, but in a bit specific phase. Then we have amazing visible Mercury exalted in Virgo. This is beautiful, beautiful phase, and in September I'll be making Mercury talismans to make use of this exceptional phase, but I will announce them also separately. So also Saturn remains in Capricorn. Venus almost until the end of September will be in Leo, and this is very protective for people who have sidereal ascendants Leo, protective from otherwise intense aspect of Mars in Taurus. Basically, the picture as it looks right now to me, is more harmonious than the picture in August. So September has less ominous, sharp, celestial events. So let me describe to you the picture day by day, starting with the fact that the first lunar crescent for September actually happened in Leo, for some areas even in the last degrees of Leo. Well, what is Leo? Consciousness. The sun is also in Leo. The first lunar crescent appeared in the last degrees of Leo. It is consciousness, it is health, it is beautiful divine energy. Actually, I see this as a very hopeful, very courageous, and very good appearance of the first lunar crescent, which will determine the whole look of September. Also, like I told you, from the beginning of September until the end, Venus will also be in Leo, and Venus has very, very beautiful dignities in Leo. You can see even in the ancient cuneiform tablets, we see Venus as Inanna from Akkad depicted with the lion. This is her animal. She has beautiful dignities in Leo. So yes, so the month starts with Leo, courageous month, new hope, new, well, maybe new enlightenment, information, knowledge, connection with the creator. Also fighting anxiety, worries, melancholy. For this, the month, especially during the first 15 days, will be just brilliant. So let's start, as today is the 5th of September, let's start from the 5th of September until the end of the month. 5th of September, Monday, 8th lunar day. So the moon is in the degrees of the autumn. Solstice, and actually degrees ruled by Jupiter, very beautiful, and Jupiter is powerful already in Sagittarius, in Pisces, excuse me. So very philosophical, very good for teaching, studying a different philosophy. Trining the moon is trining the sun, and is actually in a beautiful position. You can travel, you can negotiate, some medical interventions you can do on this day. We can teach, study, just do a lot. Some new beginnings when they involve education, when they involve knowledge, commerce, could be also performed on this day. The day is ruled by the moon. We welcome the sun. We know the day is ruled by the moon. We imagine the aura around ourselves to be light green, for example, and we can wear pearl or aquamarine. This way we connect with nature. We can do this, as you know, every day. If we, like the ancients did, they would welcome the sun, and they would certainly make sure that they connect with every every planetary divinity, so that they live in harmony with nature. Also on the appropriate day, they would eat appropriate food, lunar food, for example, rice or milk or yogurt, cheese. There are so many, and then certainly this is one of the ways to connect with the nature. Then let's look at Tuesday, which is 6th of September, 9th lunar day. The moon is in, again, Sagittarius. The moon is in the nebula of Sagittarius, considered spiritual and actually good. And we can again welcome the sun. The day is ruled by Mars. We can connect with the energy of Mars to give us good health, drive, mood, you know, and we can wear a ruby, let's say. On this day, what can we do? We can travel, negotiate, teach, study, do good for others. We can do some medical interventions because the day is quite harmonious. We can do projects which would be involving knowledge, uh, commerce, also knowledge, commerce, yeah, important negotiations, teaching. Then let's look at Wednesday, which is 7th of September, 10th lunar day. The moon here has no course, but still in benevolent degrees, which means that we may continue doing our activities without new beginnings, without medical interventions on that day. We can just do our routine, teach, study, help others, do spiritual activities, but not really good for new beginnings. This is Wednesday, day of Hermes, Mercury, certainly beautiful for knowledge, teaching, sharing our knowledge. You welcome the sun, you imagine the aura around yourselves to be light green, emerald color, and you can wear an emerald. Then we have 8th of September, which is Thursday. Thursday, the moon is in Capricorn. The moon actually, yes, approaches Saturn indeed, but creates very grand trine to Mercury, trine to Mars, very potent, powerful in terms of knowledge, drive to systematize our knowledge, to organize our activities, new beginnings, not medical interventions, not, but to learn, to help others, what else can we do on this day? Well, the moon is still fallen, but in terms of knowledge, in terms of organizing our paperwork, our knowledge, everything, to organize, to systematize, to do administrative work, to study sciences which require exact, strict knowledge, like mathematics, physics, would be great. And this is Thursday, day of Jupiter. We welcome the sun. We know Jupiter is ruling our day, so we imagine the aura around ourselves to be orange, yellow, and you can wear citrine. Citrine is a very good choice. Then we have another day, which is Friday, 9th of September, another day of moon that has no course. Moon void, of course. Once again, it is a bit, when the moon has no course, it is a bit to do your routine, to do your organizational work, to maintain your bookkeeping, but not to do new initiatives, maybe even not to travel. You may, but not new initiatives, no new beginnings, no medical interventions, no beauty procedures. Also for the yesterday, no beauty procedures were recommended. Day of Venus, you welcome the sun. You know, Venus is ruling your day. So you imagine the aura around yourselves to be pure white, and you can wear pink quartz. Then we look at 10th of September, which is Saturday, day of Saturn. The moon is in very, very spiritual degrees in Aquarius. Very wonderful to welcome the sun, to ask from Saturn protection, you know, to support your desires to know, to research, to protect you. So this is about Saturday. You welcome the sun, you know, Saturn is ruling the day, and you can imagine aura with emerald color and no emerald, amethyst color, and you can wear an amethyst. The day is good for what? Well, Venus makes opposition. This is fine. It's of the full moon day already. During the full moon, not everyone feels very well. So you can certainly, if you really feel well, but this you know already, maybe you have noticed how do you feel during the full moon. Some people are very productive. I personally love the full moons, but I know not everyone enjoys full moon, but you can meditate, can do spiritual activities. These are very good degrees for healing, for knowledge. So you can also, well, meditate, teach, study. To travel, I see no Well, this is not sure because depends on everyone's horoscope, but I even think that we can travel on this day. Anyhow, this is a very interesting portal for knowledge, for enlightenment. So you can really make use of this and try to, if you don't feel really well enough during full moons, maybe you can work this out now, because this is an axis of Leo Aquarius and can give you lots of courage, and even Venus is there to support. So I see this is a very beautiful full moon, which will determine the rest of the month as Aquarius-like month, spiritual, also very like will bring the new, what belongs to the coming era of Aquarius, the innovative, but in a very spiritual and good way, because depends on how we vibrate. And this is what we will get from the era of Aquarius. And because it is Saturday, well, we know it is a day which belongs to Saturn. Then we look at 11th of September, which is Sunday. Now the moon is, well, void, of course. Not much to do. I told you, when the moon is void, of course, we do the routine. We can, you know, we can just do spiritual activities, teach others, travel. I see no bad affliction, but medical interventions, no, new beginnings, not. And this is Sunday, day of the sun. You welcome the sun. You know, the aura around yourself to be, you know, to be orange, and then you get really the health of the sun. You can expose your spine like 10, 15 minutes or as much as you can to the sun, and you can yeah, meditate even on this energy. It's just beautiful orange. You can wear garnet, and you know the sun is ruling the day. Good health, fighting a melancholy, gaining courage, enlightenment, all this. Not new beginnings and no medical interventions. Then we have 12th of September, which is Monday. Beautiful position of the moon, forming the B6 towards Saturn and towards Mars, in conjunction with Jupiter. Very good day. Medical interventions still not, unless they are not invasive. Travel, negotiate, yes, it's absolutely fine. You can do like helping others, do healing, do empathic, you know, gesture to others, help others very much. New beginnings, not medical interventions, not, but you can maintain your work. You can do talented work. It will be beautiful. It is Monday, day of the moon. You welcome the sun. You know, the moon is ruling the day. You imagine the aura around yourselves to be light green, and you can wear aquamarine. Then we have Tuesday, 13th of September, 16th lunar day. The moon is again in beautiful degrees in Pisces. Same situation, very spiritual, very good, but not appropriate for new beginnings. Medical interventions only if they are not invasive. You can do artistic work, you can help others, you can meditate, travel, you can. Then we have Wednesday, 14th of September, 17th lunar day. The moon is in very, well, how to say, very, not very harmonious degrees of Aries. So the day would, on this day, better not to do, you know, new initiatives, important new activities, to stay a little bit away from conflicts and trouble. What we can do is to use this drive, which comes from Aries, for, let's say, to do sports, people that love to do that, to do this, to benefit from this drive of Aries, yes, to sport, to organize ourselves, to organize our businesses, but no new activities. Medical interventions, surprisingly, you can do. Medical interventions you can do. But for the rest, when it comes to communication with people, because the moon is in the jaws of Aries, better to be careful and to be diplomatic. And this is about Wednesday. On Wednesday, day of Mercury, we can study, yes, we can teach others, but carefully to remain diplomatic. We imagine this, you welcome the sun, you imagine the aura around yourself to be light green, and you can wear an emerald. Then we have 15th of September, 18th lunar day of Thursday, day of Jupiter. You welcome the sun. Jupiter is ruling the day. You then imagine the aura around yourselves to be light, orange, yellow, and you can wear yellow sapphire or an emerald. The day is good. You may travel. Medical interventions, not. Travel, yes, but just make sure that you organize very well your, your days, your like you pray, you bring protection to yourself, because you may travel due to the good aspect of Venus, but still due to these degrees, be a little bit careful. No medical interventions, no new beginnings. Day good for what? It is Thursday, day of Jupiter, to help others, to meditate, to do spiritual activities. Okay, now we look at Friday, 16th of September, 19th lunar day. The moon is in very beautiful degrees of Taurus, but yet still, because Mars is in Taurus fallen, I don't recommend beauty procedures, no medical interventions on this day, unless they are not invasive. But what can you do? What you can do on this day is you can do gardening, you can do artistic work, you can teach others, you can study, negotiate. Yeah, it's a trine, but still make sure that you're diplomatic, very well prepared. It's Friday, ruled by Venus. You welcome the sun. You know the aura around yourself to be pink, white, and you can wear pink quartz or watermelon tourmaline, my favorite stone. Then we look at Saturday, 17th of September, 20th lunar day. Moon conjoined Mars. Well, these degrees are, they may not be very, very harmonious, especially for people who have ascendant sidereal Taurus or Leo or Scorpio or Aquarius even. So watch out a little bit, stay away from conflict. This may have impact also on your romantic life, so make sure that you are patient, loving, you know. During this day, no medical interventions, no beauty procedures. I would not recommend even to travel. It is good to organize ourselves, our documents, our paperwork, our artwork, ourselves. This day can make us very, very practical, because it's a trine between the moon, Mars, and Saturn, which brings practicality, good organization, good structure of what we do. Venus makes a square. I like this square of Venus, actually. And this is Saturday. We welcome the sun. You know, Saturn is ruling the day. We imagine amethyst aura around ourselves, and we can wear an amethyst. Actually, to be a very interesting, very intense day. That's why when you drive, be careful. People, you don't know how Mars is placed in the horoscopes of different people. So when you drive, be careful. When people desire to make conflict with you, you just calm them down. Stay away from that. Then we have Sunday, 18th of September, 21st lunar day, also a little bit critical degree of the moon. Same situation like on the Saturday, the same, to stay away from trouble, no medical interventions. I wouldn't even travel on this day. So this is about 18th of September, Sunday. You welcome the sun. The sun is ruling the day. You get the healthy enlightenment, good health, good energy from the sun. And you can wear, imagine the aura, the red aura, you can wear a ruby. But because the moon has no course, just we can do the usual activities that we do. You can just maintain your work, maintain what you love to do, maintain your business. because the moon still is in degrees where we have money stars. So it could be fine for the finances, but not fine for anything new. Then we have Monday, 19th of September, 22nd lunar day. The moon is in, well, in very interesting degrees for knowledge, we can do, on this day, we can do, we can study, we can negotiate, we can teach others, we can do medical interventions, we can travel, no new beginnings. This is a day of the moon. We welcome the sun. The moon is ruling our day. And we can imagine the aura around ourselves to be light green, and you can wear pearl. Then we have Tuesday, 20th of September, 23rd lunar day, the moon in very powerful degrees, very spiritual and yet very knowledgeable, very much about information, teaching, studying, receiving information, researching, medical interventions, yes, travel, yes, new beginnings, not, trade work, negotiations, yes. The day belongs to Mars. We welcome the sun. We imagine a red aura around ourselves, which is giving us healthy energy to continue, to have good drive, to be sportive also. And we imagine the aura to be red, and we can wear a ruby. Then we have 21st of September, which is Wednesday. The moon is in good degrees, but no medical interventions. Well, very good for meditation, for spiritual work, travel. You may negotiations. Yes, actually, sextile with Mercury, and he's very strong, exalted. Yes, certainly, yes. We can also, no medical interventions, no beauty procedures, work like agriculture work, absolutely big, yes. What else can we do? Yes, it is a Wednesday, day of knowledge. Mercury, you welcome the sun, you know, Mercury, Hermes is ruling our day. He's giving to us knowledge, literacy, information. We can teach others, we can learn. Medical interventions I mentioned, not new beginnings, not 21st of September, day of Mercury, we welcome the sun. You know, the aura around ourselves will be a light green, and we can add an emerald. We then have Thursday, 22nd of September, 25th lunar day, same situation. Even here, we need to be a little bit more careful. Careful when we travel, careful not to do medical interventions, or if we do, just to make sure that we pray, you know, but I would not advise really invasive medical procedures on that day. No new initiatives, agriculture work, yes, we can do, we can connect with nature, we can meditate, we can do a lot. This is day of Jupiter. Thursday, we welcome the sun. We know Jupiter is ruling the day, and we can imagine the aura to be light, orangey yellow, and we can wear yellow sapphire. Then we have Friday, 23rd of September, 26th lunar day. Moon has no course, so the same is valid, but really less activities, no medical interventions, no new beginnings, just less activities, because if you really want to achieve something and you do it on this day, you may not have long-lasting results, or you totally don't reach any results. But still, the day is ruled by Venus. We welcome Venus, we welcome the sun. We imagine the aura around ourselves to be white or pink, and we can wear pink quartz. The day can be good for, like I said, spiritual activities, but be a little bit careful on this day. Certainly no medical intervention, certainly no new beginnings, certainly no travel. Then we have 24th of September, which is Saturday, 27th lunar day. Well, here also medical interventions and beauty procedures we can do, but not really very invasive surgeries. Travel, negotiation, not. We can work on our courage, we can do artwork, we can do spiritual work, we can even travel. The day is ruled by Saturn day, We welcome the sun, you know, Saturn is ruling the day. We imagine the aura around ourselves to be purple, and you can wear amethyst. Then we have already and actually this day, the Saturday is good to complete things, to get rid of bad habits. Let's say you don't want to smoke or to drink, you can try and do the start on this day. Then we have already 3 days of lunar invisibility. This is the 25th, the 26th, the 27th, 3 days. And then during these 3 days, you know, I usually repeat, these are very usually critical lunar days, really critical, meaning it's not really good to travel. Medical interventions, absolutely big no on these 3 days. New initiatives, no. But if you really want to complete something forever, to get rid of bad habits, you can still do. And then the first lunar crescent appeared on the 28th of September in Libra. Very, very interesting new appearance of the moon. And then we will have the month of October, when we have on the 25th of October the eclipse, then another one on 8th of November. But I will make certainly separate video only on the eclipses, because they will be very, very important. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope this was useful for you. Be sure that September is more harmonious than August, but of course we create our own reality. And remember, the sun, the moon appeared in Leo. Absolutely a chance to fight melancholy, depression, worries, anxiety. We need to be fearless, because we live in interesting times with all meanings of this word, and it is up to us how we go through this. We will be very easily manipulated if we live in a state of fears and anxieties and worries. So we should, our first aim really is not to allow any fears and worries, because they do not naturally belong to the human nature. So be very courageous, be very patient, and don't forget that we are very powerful human beings, because we are children of the Creator. So all the best. See you very soon.